Welcome to today's Explainer. We are unpacking something literally groundbreaking today. We're going to look at the exact mechanics of a genuinely fascinating geological transformation, specifically how organic life becomes permanent stone. We're going to break down the step-by-step process of fossilization, taking a wild journey from the Earth's bright surface all the way down into its absolute deepest depths.
Okay, let's dive right into this. How does squishy organic material actually turn into solid, heavy rock? I mean, think about it. When you hold a fossil, you're holding a stone, right? But that stone used to be a breathing, living creature. So how do we get from point A, a living animal, to point B, a heavy piece of geology? Well, our source material gives us a remarkably precise mechanical breakdown of this exact transformation, and it all kicks off with one really sudden event. Phase 1. The rapid burial. So before deep time can even start doing its thing, a really fast, almost chaotic physical incident has to kick the whole transformation off. According to our source, the timeline begins super abruptly. An animal dies. But crucially, it doesn't just stay out there exposed to the elements. Boom, it's rapidly buried underground. Just a really swift, total covering of that organic material. From there, it's pushed incredibly deep into the earth. It's this chaotic, vertical descent away from the surface world straight down into the crushing depths. And without this extremely fast first phase, the rest of the process simply cannot happen.
Which brings us to phase 2, pausing the decay. All right, I want you to mentally slow down with me here. That rapid, chaotic descent we just talked about, it stops. The animal has finally reached the deep underground. So the crucial point here is that because the animal is pushed so incredibly deep, oxygen is entirely prevented from reaching it. This is a massive, stark pivot where the normal course of nature is just abruptly interrupted. The sheer depth literally cuts off the air supply, and that changes absolutely everything about what happens next to this organic material. Think about it. Normally, up here, under surface conditions with plenty of oxygen bouncing around, the expected macro outcome is just rapid decay. The organic stuff just breaks down, and it breaks down fast. But down there, in those deep earth conditions, where the oxygen is completely blocked out, we enter this incredibly unique preservation zone. The utter lack of air significantly slows down the decay of the animal. It essentially hits the pause button on the destruction. So let's move forward and see how this perfect storm builds into the next incredible phase of the process. Phase 3, a cellular replacement. Okay, we're shifting gears from the macroscopic scale, and we are zooming all the way in to the microscopic level. Over a massively long period of time, while that decay is basically paused, the surrounding earth begins to interact with the animal. Special minerals from the deep earth, things like silica and calcium carbonate, slowly, patiently, start to seep into the animal's body. It's essentially an invasion, but a really, really quiet one stretching out over vast, almost unimaginable expanses of geological time. Now, what is absolutely mind-blowing about this concept is the sheer microscopic precision of it all. Our source describes these minerals gradually replacing the organic material, but the absolutely essential phrase you need to remember here is cell by cell. I really want you to think about the magnitude of that. The Earth isn't just crushing the material together. It's meticulously swapping it out. The minerals take the exact place of the organic matter, one single microscopic cell at a time, way down in the deep dark.
And finally, phase 4, flesh to stone. And this timeline brilliantly illustrates the complete epic journey we've just taken, from that sudden death and rapid burial that completely blocks out the oxygen, stretching across that unfathomably long period where minerals patiently seep in, we finally arrive at a permanent physical change. That extremely slow process completely transforms the organic material into solid stone. It is not the original bone we're finding, it is the Earth's perfect mineral recreation of it. Which leaves us with this final, kind of haunting thought. When we hold a fossil, when we look at these incredibly ancient stones, are we actually just holding perfect cell-for-cell memories of ancient life? Because it's not the animal itself anymore, right? It's an exact mineral copy, a portrait painted in stone by the deep earth over thousands and thousands of years. It really makes you look at the ground beneath your feet a whole lot differently, doesn't it? Thank you so much for joining me for today's Explainer. Keep asking questions, and I'll catch you next time.